Magandang umaga Zamboanga Peninsula, maayong buntag Pagadian City ug sa tibuok probinsya sa Zamboanga del Sur. Welcome sa Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas, hatid po sa inyo ng Presidential Communications Office at Philippine Information Agency. Ang programa pong ito ay isang plataforma para sa ating mga ahensya ng gobyerno upang ilahad ang kanilang mga programa at serbisyo sa taong bayan. Sa ating pong latest episode, makakasama po natin ang Home Development Mutual Fund o PAG-IBIG Fund. Bago po natin sila ipakilala, inaanyayahan po muna namin kayong lahat na tumutok sa ating live stream via PIA Western Mindanao na nakahook up sa RMN DXPR Pagadian, One TV Philippines, The Norte News Flash at sa iilang mga FB pages ng ating mga government line agencies who are members of the Mindanao Communicators Network. Nakahook up din po tayo sa Radyo Pilipinas. We would like also to acknowledge our members of the media who are joining us online. We have from Isabela City, Basilan and Zamboanga City. Buenos dias a todos. Meron din po tayong mga kasamang media online from Zamboanga del Sur, Zamboanga del Norte at Zamboanga Sibugay. Maayong buntag kaninyong tanan. Also, we would like to acknowledge our media partners who are joining us here live at our venue. Of course, ang ating mga barangay information officers who are also monitoring our live stream. At this point, let us welcome our resource person and special guest, Mr. Gregorio M. Luba Jr., the head of PAG-IBIG Pagadian Branch, together with his team. We have here Ms. Maria Thelma Del Pilar, the head of Marketing and Sales Division, together with Mr. Ray Joseph Lerias at Mr. Ervin Lloyd Durano, Marketing Support Assistants. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, sir.
Morning, Sir Eman. Good morning to everyone, especially to the listeners and viewers of PIA or Philippine Information Agency. We in PAG-IBIG Fund, I and my colleagues are very much happy that we are given this rare opportunity to promote the programs and services of PAG-IBIG Fund. But let me emphasize, if we talk of PAG-IBIG Fund, people think that PAG-IBIG means loans. Particularly, they are referring to the cash loan and housing loan. But let me tell you, PAG-IBIG is more than loan. It means that PAG-IBIG is offering various programs and services. Number one, it offers the regular savings program, otherwise known as MP1. This is a mandatory contribution for all government and private employees, overseas Filipino workers, and self-employed professionals and businessman. Second, it also offers a special savings program, otherwise as known as Modified PAG-IBIG 2 or MP2, for those PAG-IBIG members who would like to contribute 500 and above in order to earn higher dividends compounded annually tax-free. Number three, it also offers multipurpose loan, a short-term cash assistance loan for the immediate needs of the PAG-IBIG members. Number four, it also offers PAG-IBIG housing loan for the financial assistance for the home loan of the PAG-IBIG members, to include lot loan, purchase of house and lot, and home improvement, and others. Likewise, PAG-IBIG also offers the sale of its acquired assets under easy terms and conditions. And then number 6, we have also a special program in support of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s Pambansang Pabahay para sa Filipino or 4PH. And we have also another special program, the so-called Countryside Housing Initiative, intended for the development of housing production in the countryside. And we have also the latest programs that have been launched by PAG-IBIG, the so-called Housing Equity Acquisition Loan and Hospitalization and Educational Loan Program. To give you the details of the programs and services that I have mentioned, we have prepared an visual presentation for you to see and hear the details of the said programs. So ladies and gentlemen, please watch the audio visual presentation. Thank you.
Good morning. Magandang umaga, maayong buntag, at may rakhayin na aldaw sa gabos. PAG-IBIG Fund is honored to take part in this nationwide kapihan with the Philippine Information Agency. Today, we'll be sharing the collective achievements of your lingkod PAG-IBIG under the leadership of President Bongbong Marcos. We hope that with this kapihan, you will find that your PAG-IBIG remains committed to delivering the best for its members, maintaining the warmth and integrity of our service, and upholding transparency in our financial operations. Isang pag-ibig na ramdam ng lahat. Yan po ang aming pangako. At ngayon, hindi lamang po namin ito sasabihin, kundi ipapakita din na saan mang rehiyon, sa alinmang panig ng ating bansa, patuloy po ang PAG-IBIG Fund na maglilingkod ng may tapat na serbisyo mula sa puso. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay kayo.
The Home Development Mutual Fund, popularly known as PAG-IBIG Fund, was created by virtue of Presidential Decree 1752 on December 14, 1980. Our programs and services are based on our twin and inseparable mandates: to provide a secure provident saving system for our member, and to promote home ownership by providing shelter financing for borrowers. PAG-IBIG Fund is currently serving 16.37 million active member. These members collectively saved 98.72 billion pesos for the first 3/4 of the year. In terms of housing, we have already released a total of 88.17 billion pesos housing loan, which allowed 61,597 members with new or improved house. We also approved the cash loan of more than 2.5 million member amounting a total of 55.65 billion pesos. With these accomplishments, PAG-IBIG Fund's net income as of third quarter 39.54 billion, and we have also breached the 1 trillion peso mark in our total assets. These are the benefits and services of PAG-IBIG Fund: regular savings, MP2 savings, multi-purpose loan, housing loan, loyalty card plus, virtual PAG-IBIG, acquired assets, and 4PH. Regular savings, which is the mandatory savings program that your employer deducts from your salary every month. This savings is government guaranteed and with annual dividend earning, and this is also tax-free. In 2023, all member of the fund earned a 6.55% dividend rate. This are sample computation for 20 years with 400 pesos monthly contribution. 96,000 cumulative savings after 20 years, with total dividends of 76,350 pesos and 10 centavos. Total regular saving upon maturity of 172,350 pesos and 10 centavos. You can top up your savings, just follow this instructions. Increase your contribution and enjoy bigger dividends. Another saving program of the fund is MP2 savings or modified PAG-IBIG 2 savings. MP2 savings is a higher return savings with shorter maturity period of 5 years, with annual or compounded 5 years payout option. This is open for active members and retired former members of the fund. Received a return rate of 7.05% of their savings. Fund also offered multi-purpose loan that can be used for any short-term financial needs, such as educational expenses, health and wellness, minor home improvement, travel, or funding for a small business. Members are allowed to loan up to 80% of their savings. So the higher your savings is, the higher the amount you can loan, with low interest rate and easy 2 years or 3 years payment terms. Calamity loan. For those who have been affected by calamities, especially areas who declared under a state of calamity by the government, Calamity loan offers lowest interest rate in the market at 5.95% per annum. PAG-IBIG housing loan. remains the most affordable and accessible shelter financing program in the country. Qualified members can borrow up to $6 million, depending on the capacity to pay, with repayment term up to 30 years, with no prepay penalties and allowed multiple loans. Housing loan interest rate. In July 2023, we reduced our housing loan interest rate. For a repricing period of 1 year, the rate was lowered to 5.75% per annum, and for 3 years repricing period of 6.25% per annum. Socialized housing or affordable housing. For our members from low-income or minimum wage sectors, qualified borrowers enjoy a subsidized interest rate of 3% per annum or a loan of up to 580,000 pesos for socialized subdivisions and 750,000 socialized condominium project. Acquired assets. This program is designed for aspiring homeowners who are exploring alternatives and potentially more affordable option for owning a home. The PAG-IBIG acquired assets are sold on an as-is, whereas basis meaning bidders accept the property's current condition at the time of sale. Acquired asset group sale. We offer discount of up to 45%. This program is open to organization and group, typically employers or employee organizations that are interested in bidding for multiple properties. PAG-IBIG Acquired Assets Online Public Auction or PAG-IBIG OPA. Now, interested buyers of our acquired assets can submit their bids online. Save and pay conveniently through digital wallets, via credit cards, or online through our virtual PAG-IBIG. PAG-IBIG Fund Loyalty Card Plus. This is not just another ID or card, this is a discount and rewards for our partner establishment. Easier way to create a virtual account, and a cash card for short-term loan application. These are some of our partner establishments. We have over 400 partners now. Virtual PAG-IBIG, which provides member with 24/7 online access and several other features that make transacting with PAG-IBIG Fund a lot easier. Virtual PAG-IBIG for members, for employers, and for developers. For members, they can register as member, check their monthly savings, and apply cash loan and housing loans. They can also keep track of loan status, balance, and can apply for claims. For employers, they can enroll employee, electronic submission of remittance schedule or ESRS, and employee loan management. For developers, they can check loan eligibility, submit online of loan application, advanced processing of loan application, generate payment instruction number, loan application status tracking, and online issuance of notice of approval. We are proud to share that PAG-IBIG Fund has earned an unmodified, unqualified opinion from Commission on Audit for the 12th consecutive year. We are happy to share that under the leadership of President Marcos, we were able to surpass previous accomplishments despite the many challenges we faced. Starting July 2022 until third quarter of 2024, PAG-IBIG members collectively saved a total of 113.23 billion pesos under the mandatory regular savings and 115.84 billion pesos under the voluntary MP2 savings. Here in the Region 9 Western Mindanao, we saved 2.355 billion for regular savings and 9.62 billion pesos for MP2 savings. In the same period, we have already released a total of 132.28 billion pesos for multi-purpose loan and 10.39 billion for calamity loans. Here in Western Mindanao, we have 2.007 billion for multi-purpose loan and 0.90 billion for calamity loan. In keeping with the President's thrust to provide affordable housing for more Filipinos, 216,473 PAG-IBIG members and their families are now enjoying a better home as we released more than 280.10 billion pesos in home financing. For socialized housing, 26,764 low-income earners are now homeowner, after we approved a total of 12 billion pesos for their housing loan. Within our region, PAG-IBIG Fund was able to disburse 2.931 billion pesos for the purchase or repair of houses for 2,428 members. Under Socialized Housing Loan, we released 0.036 billion pesos which benefited 53 members. To make housing even more affordable, President Marcos, through the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development, initiated the Pambansang Pabahay para sa Pilipino Housing or 4PH program. Housing under the 4PH program is more affordable because of the subsidies that the government provided for the 4PH buyer-borrower. Amortization is lower because several LGS provided amortization subsidy to their constituents. 4PH properties adopted the township design, which provided adequate open spaces, additional amenities, and are developed near transport hubs and commercial areas. For those interested in 4PH program, make sure that you have 1. Already registered as PAG-IBIG member, 2. Coordinated with your local housing board to be included in the list of 4PH borrower. Again, let me summarize the benefits under 4PH. 1. Price subsidy resulting to lower selling price. 2. Interest subsidy for a lower interest rate. 3. Amortization subsidy from selected LGS. Just to illustrate the interest subsidy, here is a table of the sample computation for the 4PH housing unit for a property with a selling price of 1.8 million pesos with a 30-year loan term. By further reducing PAG-IBIG's low interest rate with government's interest subsidy of maximum 5% for the first 5 years, the borrower's interest rate is now 1.25%, which reduced the amortization to almost half. With the price subsidy, the amortization payment is also reduced given the lower selling price of the unit as compared with the actual appraised value of the property. From July 2022 to September 2023, PAG-IBIG Fund has approved the release of 20.13 billion pesos to fund the development of 23 approved projects, which is expected to produce 16,883 housing units. PAG-IBIG Fund also implemented the Countryside Housing Initiative or CHI, which allows partnership with either the LGU, private sectors or non-profit organization to produce a housing community for pre-identified beneficiaries. Usually these are composed of their employees or constituent. An example of Countryside Housing Initiative in our area is Dumingag Country Homes, under LGU Dumingag with 250 units. Another example of Countryside Housing Initiative in our area is Ramon Magsaysay Heights, under LGU Ramon Magsaysay with 164 units. At this point, please allow me to share with you some of the programs and relief efforts that we have for our calamity victims. These were highlighted recently with the assistance that PAG-IBIG extended for our members that were affected by Typhoon Kristen, and while we do not wish a calamity this magnitude to affect our area, please know that your PAG-IBIG Fund is ready to help. For those affected by Typhoon Christine, PAG-IBIG Fund issues a moratorium on housing loan payments for borrowers whose residence or place of work area in areas declared under state of calamity. We hope that the 1-month payment moratorium will allow our members to prioritize their needs as they recover from the effect of the typhoon. While we already have more than 200 branches nationwide and an online branch through our virtual PAG-IBIG, calamity-stricken areas may also be served by Branch in Wheels, the linked PAG-IBIG on Wheels, which also provided the services that can be found in our physical branches. Your PAG-IBIG Fund is ready to serve you, anytime, anywhere. For our members who have questions or inquiries, we have several contact channels you can communicate with so that we can properly address your concern.
Nagsimula sa isang pangarap.
Ako na po, ma'am.
Ika'y tutulungang ibahin ang buhay na nakasanayan.
Naka 24 months ka na sa
May
pag-ibig.
panghulog na ako sa motor.
Bagong motor.
Gagawa ng upang Simulan mo na ang forever mo ngayon. Fund your forever with PAG-IBIG Fund.
Hi! Inquiring about PAG-IBIG Acquired Assets? Nice! Ang PAG-IBIG Acquired Assets ay isang program where you can buy discounted pre-owned properties via sealed public bidding. Maraming choices yan. May house and lot, condo, townhouse, at iba pa. May 3 main categories ang PAG-IBIG Acquired Assets. Ito yung retail or individual sale. Meron tayong bulk or group sale. At meron tayong buyer-initiated bulk sale. At maganda ang offer naming discounts. Pero depende yan sa payment scheme at type of sale. And anyone can bid. PAG-IBIG members or non-members. But non-members can only pay via cash or short-term installments. Siguro ang tanong mo naman, paano ba bumili via acquired assets? For individual and group or bulk sales, may 3 main steps tayo. First, ay ang pagpunta sa ating acquired assets page to view and select a property. Ang next step ay ang pag-inspect ng property na napili. As is where is po tayo, meaning kung ano yung current condition ng property, yun din ang matuturn over sa iyo. And last, ay mag-register and submit ng inyong bid sa ating designated PAG-IBIG drop boxes or via online. And for buyer-initiated bulk sale, kailangan umattend ng online pre-bid conference bago makapag-submit ng offer. Don't forget to check the acquired assets page to see if nanalo ang inyong bid. At pag natanggap na ang inyong notice of approval of sale, bayaran na ang fees, pirmahan ang mga documents, and congratulations! Isa ka ng PAG-IBIG Acquired Assets homeowner. Need proof? Let these new homeowners na acquired assets convince you.
Maganda pong kumuha ng bahay sa PAG-IBIG kung kayo ay kagaya ko na isang minimum wage earner lang at nagsisimulang.
We will now be entertaining questions from our online viewers, especially sa ating mga media partners. Marami-rami po ang ating nakalap na mga question. For our first 2 questions, Sir Greg, meron po tayong dalawa from Basilan. For the first question, can you explain how the investment strategies of PAG-IBIG Fund benefit its members, particularly in terms of dividends and returns on savings?
Okay. Thank you very much for the question. I am happy to announce that no less than 70% of the net fund asset has been invested back for the benefits of the PAG-IBIG members in a form of cash loan, the so-called multipurpose loan, and calamity loan, as well as the housing loan program, so that they may be able to enjoy the fruits of their savings with PAG-IBIG. Another thing, PAG-IBIG Fund has invested also on the secured investment portfolio so that we could assure the return of the investment of PAG-IBIG so that we can also return in a form of dividend for the PAG-IBIG total savings with PAG-IBIG. And I am very proud to tell you that in 2023, PAG-IBIG Fund has released 6.55% dividend earnings for the PAG-IBIG MP1 member, tax-free. And for the MP2 member, we have released also 7.05% of dividend tax-free also. Thank you very much.
Okay. Meron pa tayong pangalawang katanungan mula pa din sa Basilan. The question, how can members maximize the benefits of the PAG-IBIG Savings Program? My follow-up. Are there any upcoming initiatives to encourage more members to engage in saving?
Again, thank you very much for the question. I am also very proud to tell that no less than 70% of the net fund income the earlier I mentioned 70% of the net fund income. This time, net fund asset. This time, I am referring to the net fund income. Because in 2023, PAG-IBIG Fund has allocated, I think, 94 or 97.9% to be distributed proportionately to the members' savings with PAG-IBIG. That means to say that even if we are allowed to provide dividends as much as 70% of the net fund income, and yet our Board of Trustees or the officers of PAG-IBIG Fund has declared more than 70%, thereby representing 97.9% in a form of dividends to be distributed proportionately to the savings of the individual PAG-IBIG member.
Okay. Ito naman, Sir Greg, question from Zamboanga City, specifically from Miss Leia Ruiz of eMedia. Meron siyang tatlong katanungan. Number 1, what are the biggest challenges PAG-IBIG faces in promoting home ownership in Zamboanga City and nearby provinces in Region 9?
Well, I think that is a very nice question, and I think it is also very easy for everybody to understand. You know, our country, the Philippines, is located in the Ring of Fire. And year in, year out, we are experiencing a lot of natural calamities. So it's not only PAG-IBIG who are experiencing the setbacks of the natural calamities. Also PAG-IBIG, because we are constructing infrastructure. We are developing subdivisions. We are constructing houses. And if the weather condition is not friendly for the development of the infrastructure, then definitely it is affected. Number 2, we are also experiencing difficulty in coordinating with our local government units as well as other government agencies in order for them to allocate their unutilized lands to be dedicated for housing purposes. That is why our lead agency, the Department of Housing Settlement and Urban Development, as well as PAG-IBIG, are keep on visiting our local government units as well as other government agencies to include the private employers also, to encourage them to allocate portion of their unutilized lands to be dedicated for housing purposes. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question, no, from Miss Leia pa din of eMedia. How is PAG-IBIG addressing issues related to land availability and infrastructure development in Zamboanga City?
Yes. As far as availability of land and infrastructure development, as I've said earlier, we need the cooperation of the local government units, the cooperation of the other government agencies, and the cooperation of the private sector. Because it's not only the Department of Human Settlement and Urban Development as well as PAG-IBIG Fund are the one in charge to solve the housing backlog of the country. We need also the participation of the sectors of our society. But what is important, let me tell you that as of August 2024, PAG-IBIG Fund has breached 1 trillion mark in net fund asset. So PAG-IBIG, as of today, is already a trillion corporation. Therefore, if our members and non-members of PAG-IBIG who would like to become a member so that they could be able also to avail the PAG-IBIG programs and services, more particularly our housing program, then PAG-IBIG is very much ready that we have the available money to finance for their housing needs.
I totally agree, sir. No, it's a collaborative effort. For the third question, last question from Zamboanga City. How can residents of Zamboanga City and nearby areas become more actively involved in PAG-IBIG Fund, and what are the benefits for them?
Okay, that's a very good question. I would like to emphasize that PAG-IBIG Fund has been created in order to provide a savings system intended for all the Filipino workers earning at least 1,000 pesos monthly. For all our listeners and viewers who are not yet PAG-IBIG Fund members, we encourage you to become a PAG-IBIG Fund member. You simply visit our local offices. We have offices in Osamis, in Ipil, in Zamboanga City, in Dipolog, and Pagadian. And they can also register online through virtual PAG-IBIG. So just log on to the PAG-IBIG portal and search e-services and then online registration. And then you will be required to contribute. The minimum is 400 pesos because of the new PAG-IBIG Fund Circular, PAG-IBIG Fund Circular number 460, increasing the PAG-IBIG membership contribution from 200 to 400 pesos. The 200 pesos contribution was implemented in 1986. So for almost 40 years, PAG-IBIG Fund has increased only once, only this February 2024, that we have implemented the increase in order also to catch up to the need of our time.
Okay, punta naman tayo sa mga katanungan mula sa Zamboanga Sibugay. Meron silang dalawang questions dito, sir. First question, how does PAG-IBIG ensure effective management of members' contribution, especially given recent economic challenges?
Okay, thank you very much the question. My colleague, the head of Member Services 1, Ma'am Telma, would like to answer the question. Ma'am Tel?
Thank you for that question. Good morning, everyone. So, for recently, PAG-IBIG Fund earned unmodified opinion coming from the Commission on Audit. So, this is our 12 consecutive years since 2012. Ganun po kataas. So, it only shows po that the financial performance of the fund along with the financial statement are all in accordance with the Philippine Financial Reporting Standard. So it only shows that PAG-IBIG Fund is really committed with our integrity towards managing the funds of our members. Thank you.
Okay, thank you po. Meron pa tayong pangalawang katanungan mula sa probinsya ng Zamboanga Sibugay. Second question, what specific steps is PAG-IBIG taking to make its services more accessible to OFWs?
Thank you very much the question. I think one of my colleagues would like to answer. Okay, Sir Erwin.
Okay, so thank you po sa question from Sibugay. So, for OFW PAG-IBIG member po natin, si PAG-IBIG create virtual format or tinatawag po namin na virtual account. So, kung ano pong serbisyong maibibigay ni PAG-IBIG sa branch, so same pa rin yung serbisyong makikita ni OFW member natin sa virtual account.
Okay, that's good news, no? So we have a last question, no, from our online viewers, mga media partners natin na nakatutok sa ating live stream. Ito naman from Zamboanga del Norte. So their question is, with the economy being how it is it still practical for the younger generation to obtain housing loans? May follow-up? And ano po yung programs ni PAG-IBIG to accommodate the continuous inflation?
Thank you very much for the question. Although one of my colleagues would like to answer, but I would like to comment as an opening. It is very practical that our members would have to avail of the PAG-IBIG housing loan. Why? Because PAG-IBIG has been implementing practically two types of housing loan. We have the affordable housing loan program with an interest rate of 3% per annum. And we have also the regular housing loan program with an interest rate of 6.25 per annum. That means to say that the interest PAG-IBIG Fund has been charging or collecting from its members is the lowest of the entire housing industry in the country. More than that, our new administration under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has implemented the Pambansang Pabahay para sa Pilipino program or 4PH, wherein it offers the following. There is the so-called price subsidy, interest subsidy, and amortization subsidy. So it is just timely and proper that our Filipino workers should have to avail of a housing loan as early as now. And PAG-IBIG is allocating 250 billion in support of the 4PH program of the national government. And with the other aspects of the housing loan, I think my colleague, Sir RG, would like to add some more. Sir RG?
Thank you, Sir Jun. So, in addition to the statements of Sir Jun, I would like to add that considering the economic situation nowadays, it is highly practical to acquire home ownership through PAG-IBIG Fund because as stated ni Sir Jun kanina, PAG-IBIG Fund offers in the market the lowest interest rate for our housing loan program. So the effect of this would be that the monthly amortization of our housing loan borrowers would be significantly be lower than the actual or the usual housing loan amortizations if should they avail to other housing loan housing loan programs of other institutions. And considering this, if we rent nowadays, if we don't acquire home ownership and we just rent, the usually our rent for our small house or small room rent would be around, I think, 3,000 to 5,000 pesos per month. But as stated ni Sir Jun kanina, considering our affordable housing loan programs, a member can avail and acquire their own home or their own decent shelter for only 2,000, 2,800 of monthly amortization per month. So, considering the lowest interest rates and affordable interest rate of housing loan throughout the market, so that's why it is highly practical to acquire home ownership through PAG-IBIG Fund housing loan program. And I think the other question is all about the continuous inflation. So in relation to this, PAG-IBIG Fund, since PAG-IBIG Fund offers the lowest threshold to save with PAG-IBIG Fund for only 200 pesos and 400 pesos in terms of employment. But when we talk of savings, PAG-IBIG Fund offers a wide variety of salient features of our saving programs. Our savings involves a tax-free. So our savings earned without the deduction of withholding tax as compared to other private saving institutions. And our savings earns dividends annually, even the member would save in a staggered basis or in an inactive basis. So shall we say they have a gap of contribution for a year or years or months, but still so their savings still earn dividends annually. So considering the lowest threshold of savings with PAG-IBIG Fund, that contributes to the economic inflation that we're experiencing right now. So even in a small amount, you can save with PAG-IBIG Fund, and through these savings, you can avail the services of PAG-IBIG Fund and acquire a decent shelter through PAG-IBIG Fund. Thank you.
Thank you for the clarification and expounding on the answer. Now, we will proceed with the questions from our live audience, yung mga media partners natin, nakasama po natin dito sa venue. We will start first with Sir Junray Tibor of Papa Tibs TV.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, classmates. My question, sir, is all about the Pabansang Pabahay program by our BBM. So we targeted 6 million, right? 6 million housing until 2028.
Yes.
So what is the update about that, sir? Kung pila na ang na-build na mga houses nationwide? Yes.
Okay. First of all, we would like to thank you for the question. And regarding the update of the Pambansang Pabahay para sa Pilipino program, we would like to inform you that the original target was 6 million houses for the entire term of President Bongbong Marcos, starting 2022 to 2028. Unfortunately, the target has been recalibrated because it is no longer practical, because it has been started, I think, 1 year late in the implementation. So they recalibrated from 6 million down to 3.2 million. So as of today, there was a report presented on our slide that corporate-wide, we have already released billions. So the particular, I will refer later on to the particular slide so that I cannot commit mistake. So just stand by in the meantime because I have to retrieve the details in terms of amount and in terms of the number of units that have been released throughout the Philippines. But in particular, in Region 9 or Western Mindanao, we have not yet processed even a single account under 4PH up to now. But we have the approved developmental loan for the construction of, I think, 14 condominiums in Zamboanga, the El Vista Residencies in Zamboanga City that will generate 6,140 units. PAG-IBIG Fund has already approved 1.6 billion for the construction of this housing condominium in Zamboanga City. We have also other projects in Zamboanga del Sur. There are 3 projects in Zamboanga del Sur. In Zamboanga City, there are also 3 projects. And then in Pagadian, we have 1 project, the City View in Kawit. Soon to rise, a condominium located in Kawit also, and that will generate as much as 680 housing units. But for the details of the Pambansang Pabahay that has been released in terms of amount and in terms of number of units, I will give you the exact details later on. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Follow-up question, sir. How about aside from Kawit, sir, the GRPDC is dealing also with other areas, sir. So, approved na ba na sa DSUD or sa Pag-IBIG, sir?
Well, if we are talking in particular of the GRPDC or the City View in Kawit, the update that I can give you is that they are preparing the technical requirements for the review of the Department of Human Settlement and Urban Development because the issuance of the development permit of the construction of high-rise buildings or condominium is no longer in the hands of the local government unit but transferred to the Department of Housing Settlement and Urban Development. I think they are in the review process because Pag-IBIG Fund as of this moment has not yet approved their application for the developmental financing. Because it's not only that we are providing assistance for the construction of the individual housing loan, but we are also providing assistance to the contractors or developers for the development of their area and the construction of the residential units, be it a condominium type, a townhouse, or single detached. We have also that program. And as of now, GRPDC has not yet submitted to us the documents for our evaluation.
Thank you, sir. Last question, sir, is I just want to clarify, sir, ba kay some of the kasi mga clients aning 4PH is they are looking for the license to sell from the provided DSUD o certificate of registration and also the advertisement approval kay mo ginaang mga basic requirements kung mag-deal ka o kining any subdivision or subdivided nga mga plan subdivision. But as far as I know, sir, ang 4PH is wala na siya gi-required o license to sell, certificate of registration, and also the advertisement approval kay ang permit, the only permit needed is the developmental permit man. So I want, sir, to clarify and to take this opportunity to share our viewers and also especially itong mga nakakuha na og mga units nga ma-clarify nila nga dili to nga mga requirements ang gikinahanglan. Only the development permit from the DSUD or I think from the LGU. Kaya nangita mo sa atong tulo, sir, ka requirements?
I would like to tell our listeners and viewers and also all of you, media people, that as far as requirement is concerned, be it under the Pag-IBIG Developmental Loan Program or under the 4PH, it requires the same permits and licenses. As you mentioned earlier, the developmental plans and specifications are required, and at the same time, the license to sell is also required. What makes it different from before?
Yes.
Because under the 4PH, we are dealing condominiums, high-rise buildings. The issuance of license to sell is being lodged by the Department of Housing Settlement and Urban Development, no longer in the LGU. Before, if we are dealing horizontal housing, it is the LGU who will approve the development permit. And just the same, the license to sell will be approved by the DHSUD. But for the condominium housing project, both the development permit and the license to sell has been issued by the DHSUD or Department of Human Settlement and Urban Development. And I would like to clarify this one also. The requirement of these permits and licenses is also a protection of the home buyers. Why? Because we would like to make sure that the residential buildings that will be constructed will be in compliance with the National Building Code of the Philippines. Because I have told you earlier, Philippines is located in the Ring of Fire, and we are experiencing year in, year out, a lot of natural calamities to include heavy typhoons and earthquakes. That is why these permits and licenses would protect also in the future to our home buyers. You know, the 4PH program is very much beneficial to the Filipino people because there is the so-called price subsidy, interest subsidy, and amortization subsidy. But we are also encouraging the support of all the stakeholders, the local government units, the other government agencies, as well as the PAG-IBIG members and non-PAG-IBIG members to cooperate with the program, because this is a whole nation concern to be solved by all the people or the Filipino people as a whole also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. For our next question, will come from Mr. Kenneth Bustamante of RMN DXPR Pagadian.
Thank you, sir. Good morning sa tanan. Marami yung programa ng Pag-ibig. Para awareness lang po sa mga kababayan natin, may mga broker po ba tayo o ahinte na pupunta sa mga barangay para sa naturang programa o pupunta lang talaga sa opisina ng Pag-ibig? Kasi alam naman natin sa panahon ngayon, maraming mga mudos. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So that's a nice question also because it would clarify how we administer our program. So I would like to announce that Pag-ibig as an office has also created a particular department. We have the Business Development Department under Davao, and then we have also the Housing Relation Officer under the Office of the Area Head in Zamboanga City. And we have also employees under Member Services 1 distributed in the different Pag-ibig Fund offices handling the visitations of all the stakeholders. We keep on visiting our LGUs. We keep on visiting the other national government agencies. We keep on visiting the private employers and encouraging them to avail. But you know, even if we have good programs in the government, that is why I've always said, blessed are those who know the law or the programs of the government, for they shall inherit the kingdom of heaven. But no matter how you approach the people, for as long as it will not sink into their mind in a local dialect, murabag, dili pa yun nila ma-appreciate as of now. However, Pag-ibig Fund is always ready. If they would like to avail, like in the case of the local government unit of Dumingag, we have an existing countryside housing initiative project there that will generate 250 house and lot packages amounting to 580,000 pesos only. The lot area is 70 square meters and the floor area is 45 square meters. Very much bigger than the one being sold in the commercial developer in Pagadian City, that the floor area is only 28 to 32 square meters, and yet they are selling that more than 750,000. In LGU Dumingag, they are only selling that house and lot package as low as 580,000. And also in LGU Ramon Magsaysay, we have an existing project there that will generate 168 housing units Just the same in Dumingag, they will be selling also at 580,000 pesos. The lot area is much bigger, 80 square meters, and then the floor area is also 45 square meters. So we are encouraging other stakeholders to follow the lead of LGU Dumingag and LGU Ramon Magsaysay so that we can become more productive in the housing production of the country.
Sir, panghuli na lang po, gaano ka-secure yung online transaction natin, lalong-lalo na sa payment? Kasi sa nakarang araw, nagka-problema yung GCash, no? Tayo ay nagbabayad, merong online. Gaano ka-secure yung payment natin na talagang malalagak sa PAG-IBIG Fund?
Well, I would like to tell you that the corporate values of PAG-IBIG involve professionalism, integrity, excellence, and service. In the case of integrity, it means when we gather information or data from our member, when we gather contributions or savings from our member, it is incumbent upon with our office to protect such data and contribution of our member. And we are proud to tell that up to now, our system has been very much secured and has not been affected by any hacking from anomalous or any hacker for that matter. Just like in the banks, they are offering also mobile banking or online banking. But, you know, we always experience that every now and then they are shutting down their system because they would like also to renew every now and then their security protocol. PAG-IBIG is also doing the same. We are not exposing our data to anybody else because we would like to secure the data and information as well as the contributions of our members. And up to now, we are very happy, as I've told you earlier, that we have not experienced breach of PAG-IBIG system or data.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that assurance, and good morning.
Yes. For the third question, will come from Ms. Nemia Algar of DXYN Radyo Komunidad.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kapihan and Zamboanga del Sur. I'm also from PWD News Corner. And so, yes, the XYN, our radio station, and we have also page from Streamline. As we all know po, sinulat ko talaga para hindi ko makalimutan. As we all know po, PAG-IBIG offers various program and benefits specifically designed for the PWD and senior citizen. That's our sectors. My question, sir, ma'am, a specific theme. I'm looking for the specific theme as focal person of the PAG-IBIG can help PWD and senior citizen, helping them understand kay naamang gyud pod tay mga illegitimate, no? Maybe they can write, but they cannot read and understand. Also we have can only write but cannot read and understand. So, to fill up those form and avail those mga various program and benefits, sir. Sa akin lang po, I raise this question is to give the viewers and listeners not to be scared, like ang mga vulnerable sector, PWD and senior citizen, that they are safe from PAG-IBIG. So I want to hear from the PAG-IBIG how they are very accommodating and also very welcome ang ating PWD and senior citizen. Kasi we have employees also sa mga private establishment na talagang nahihiya pumunta ng PAG-IBIG at alam naman nila na talagang pwede sila mag-loan, pwede sila maka-avail those mga housing programs, but because they are very scared and hindi po nila alam kung sino ang point person. So in this assigned PWD focal and point person to reach out, isa pa po, meron po ba tayong program like inviting all the point person or focal person from the private and government agencies, national agencies, na yung mag-usap-usap tungkol po sa mga pwedeng so para mas scattered na yung mga legit information sa mga focal person ng PWD at senior citizen from other companies na ito pala ngayon ang mga program ng Pag-IBIG at pwedeng ma-avail ng PWD and senior citizen.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Well, PWD is part of our society. And we are not denying that every now and then we are dealing as part of the society. We are dealing them as part of the society. And in fact, I would like to share with you our experience when I was assigned in Dipolog. There was a blind man who is providing services, the massage services. And then, he registered as a Pag-IBIG member. So, every month, he will visit the Pag-IBIG office. And every time we saw him in the road, walking towards our office, we asked our security guard to approach the blind man to assist him in coming to the office and pay his Pag-IBIG membership contribution, 200 pesos monthly. Now, he has a big savings with Pag-IBIG under the Polog branch. That is why I am telling this one, because I would like to encourage other PWDs to do the same. As far as Pag-IBIG is concerned, the group of Mamatel, the member services one, are very much willing to visit these groups and then orient them regarding the Pag-IBIG programs and services, as well as assisting them on how to prepare the necessary requirements to become a Pag-IBIG member. And then, if they feel it is very hard to come to the office every month to pay their membership contribution, we have also the program, the so-called hatid sundo, by which we will visit your office and get your contributions on a monthly basis, and then we'll be back to provide the official receipt. And then we have also the online transaction, by which there's no need for you to come to our office, but just remit online, and then the transaction reference number will be provided also online. So you do not have to worry, because as I've told earlier, we have dedicated departments in Pag-IBIG, the Business Development Department under Davao, that has been deployed in any offices nationwide. We have also the HRO under the Office of the Area Head in Zamboanga City, and we have also the Member Services one in Pagadian branch, who are very much willing and ready to come to your area.
Thank you so much, sir. So we will contact Mamatel for that, because from the provincial person with disability affairs office, we are willing also to be the member of Pag-IBIG, especially our blind sector, sir. Kay we already send them into veterans, then now Pag-IBIG. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Now we are at the fourth question, from Miss Ivy Carpentero of Radyo Bagting.
Okay, so good morning everyone. Good morning Pag-IBIG personals, mga colleagues o media partners, especially sa mga nag-view online. So my question, sir, is that what Pag-IBIG housing loan programs may be availed through the pambansang pambahay para sa Filipino program or for PH?
Okay. So the question is very specific. What kind of e-housing loan program? Under the 4PH or Pambansang Pabahay, the type of residential unit that will be produced under that program are all condominium units, not the single detached or the townhouse type of units. The program is practically intended to construct condominiums in the in-city area, meaning located within the city proper, so that the expenses for the fare every now and then by the beneficiaries will be limited only, so that they could be able to use such expenses for the payment of their housing loan amortization under 4PH. So it's all condominium type of residential units or projects.
Okay, sir. That's very informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you also.
Okay. For the last question from our audience here, we have Miss Jazel Lagumbay from Malindang Broadcasting Network.
Alright, so once again, good morning to each and everyone, no? So, kani sir, these are just basic questions, pero dagan pa man gud no ang wala na sayod ni ini nga mga butang. So, una sir, regarding on the PAG-IBIG housing loan under 4PH program, kinsa-kinsa ang pwedeng maka-avail ini, unya unsa ang mga process for them to file for a housing loan application under 4PH program. And lastly, last question is, here in Zamboanga del Sur, so what are the challenges you face in implementing 4PH program? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So that is also a very good question, because it will lead to further clarification of our audiences. Actually, the primary goal of the 4PH housing program, it is intended for the informal settler families. But when we verified the informal settler families in Zamboanga City, plenty of them will not qualify. That is why we expanded the coverage of the informal settler families to include practically all the employees, for that matter, all employees of the government, all employees of the private sector. They are now constituting as part of the informal settler families. So meaning, as if all of us are already qualified to avail of the 4PH program. What is important is that the individual beneficiary will have to coordinate with the LGU to be listed as one of the beneficiaries. There is a particular office designated in the local government unit to handle the listing of the 4PH beneficiaries. In Pagadian, I think they call it URPAW, Urban and Rural Poor Affairs Office, URPAW, Urban and Rural Poor Affairs Office. And they are in charge in gathering the list of the 4PH beneficiaries. So all we have to do is just to visit our LGU and look for a particular office who is handling the listing of their beneficiaries, and then have yourself enrolled so that you will be accommodated under the 4PH program. And then what are the challenges? So just the same, we need the participation of all the sectors of our society, especially the contractors and developers. There are a lot of contractors coming out, participating on the program. That is why I am also encouraging the other government agencies, especially the Department of Housing Settlement and Urban Development, the Registry of Deeds, and the Bureau of Internal Revenue to fast-track also their evaluation and processing of the documents coming from our local contractors and developers, because we need also their support and cooperation. Like in the case of the Registry of Deeds, they are the one in charge for the issuance of the titles. And if there are delays in the issuances of the titles of the properties, then the project will be delayed also. That is why we are calling also the participation of the other government agencies participating in the housing program or the 4PH housing program.
Napugoy lang po tanan sir sa pikas bahin kani bitang labot ani lusugutanan sa contributions ato ang sa mga employees. Side ta sir nga adunay mga pipila ka mga employers nga dili mo sanong no, dili magtarong og sa contribution sa ilang mga employees. Unsa imuhang ika-istorya niini sir?
Well, siguro I know that there are a lot of people listening and watching us. So this is our message. For all the Filipino workers earning at least 1,000 pesos and above, come out and register to become a PAG-IBIG member. If you are employed, it is the duty of your employer to register, deduct the personal contribution of the employee, and remit to our office together with the employer counterpart. I know that there are a lot of business establishments who have been registered and then later on become inactive in the remittance of their contributions. We encourage them to remit on a monthly basis so that the benefits of their employees will not be affected also. Because the more the number of contributions being remitted to our office, the bigger the benefits the member will be able to avail in the future. So this is a whole nation approach. So we need the participation of the people. We are only stewards of the PAG-IBIG programs and services. And if the people will not cooperate, then this program, like the other programs of the government, will also fail. That is why I am very, very thankful that we have a lot of media people attending. We have a lot of listeners and viewers. They could be able also to disseminate or replicate what we are talking here, so that we could remind, especially the non-participating business establishments or the inactive business establishments. We know that we have been affected by COVID, and there are a lot who are recovering up to now. But I would like to emphasize that the contribution of PAG-IBIG is very minimal. It is just like buying a pack of cigarette, because we are only requiring 200 pesos a month. And then that 200 pesos will be provided a corresponding counterpart, 200 pesos also a month by the respective employer, to be remitted on a monthly basis to our office. So from the small amount of contribution, we could be able to implement a lot of projects that will redound to the benefit of the PAG-IBIG member and to the benefit of our nation as a whole.
Thank you, sir. God bless everyone.
Okay. Sir Greg and team, meron pa po tayong mga humabol na gustong magtanong. We have here Sir Vince Ambag of Radyo Bagting.
Hello. Okay, good morning. Vince Ambag, sir, from Radyo Bagting. Sir, akong pangutana is about aning asagikan ang mga makuha nga dividends ato ang mga contributors aside ni ining loan. Para aning MP2 nga dunay pila to, sir? 7 kapin ka
Yes.
percent. Asagikan, sir, ang kuan asagi kuha sa Pag-IBIG ang ilang gihatag nga dividends.
Okay. Like what I've said earlier, not less than 70% of the NIT fund income has been allocated and distributed proportionately to the savings or contributions of the Pag-IBIG member. And that income is also coming from the investments of Pag-IBIG, coming from the multipurpose loan program, calamity loan program, housing loan program, as well as institutional loan programs that we provided to the contractors, developers, as well as in the open market. So out of those income, not less than 70% is allocated and distributed proportionately. That is why many people have been surprised why Pag-IBIG is providing such a high interest rate. And then, to make special mention, our dividends is tax-free. Once it is provided to you, the whole amount cannot be deducted in a form of final tax or income tax. It's all to be added to the contributions or savings of the member. That is why we are very much happy to announce that effective August 2024, the total net fund asset of Pag-IBIG has breached 1 trillion already. So you may ask, what are the offices of the national government who are already trillion in assets? So maybe you can tell us Land Bank, GSIS, Philippine National Oil Company, Central Bank, and many more. And if we are talking trillion, it's a big amount of money. And Pag-IBIG is a very young institution. This year, by December 14, 2024, Pag-IBIG Fund will be 44 years in public service. With that period of operation, and yet we already achieved 1 trillion mark effective August 2024.
Okay, aside ato, sir, imong mga nahisgutan katong mga nabilin nga porsyento sa pondo sa Pag-IBIG, asa pa ilang gikuan na bay mga like stock market o forex or crypto gina-invest pa pod diana nga mga kuan sa Pag-IBIG?
Well, Pag-IBIG considered a lot of investments, but our think tank in our corporate headquarters would like also that the investment that they are entering into is also secured. That is why instead of investing to anywhere else, we have prioritized first the needs of the Pag-IBIG member in a form of multipurpose loan, calamity loan, housing loan, the need of our contractors and developers, because the need of these people would require a huge amount of money also. Even the total asset of Pag-IBIG is not enough to finance. In fact, in housing, the target of President Marcos, 6 million houses. In every 1 million, it would require 1 trillion. So if the administration is targeting 6 million houses, then we are also expecting 6 trillion pesos to be funded. in order to realize the 4PH program of the administration. It's a huge amount of money. So meaning we have a lot of potential even within the PAG-IBIG for its investment.
Okay, ang atong mga dividends ba sir is nagkataas ba ang percent ni ani pagkuan sa panahon from before up to now, nagkataas ba ni siya?
Well, based on the history of PAG-IBIG, the highest that we have released was 8.11. And then the other financial institutions are not comfortable. See, for example, if I have to mention this one, the banks and the other provident fund, practically they are not comfortable because it's very high and it might create inflation also. But that's how it is. So we have released 8.11. Imagine if you are investing 1 million in modified PAG-IBIG 2, then the interest in 1 year is 81,000. 81,000 pesos, more than 81,000 pesos in one year. So how do you expect the big depositors in the country would transfer their money to PAG-IBIG? So that is why we have to also to balance. But definitely PAG-IBIG, even if we are allowed to release 70% of our net fund income, but usually we increase that to 94%, and last year, 2023, we have released 97.9%, the highest dividend that we have released to our members.
Kana nga porsyento sir no sa atong MP2 is dako na gyud siya, pero naman po yung mga susama ni ana nga naghatag po yung ana kadako nga porsyento per annum. Kining atong mga nagkuan karon bago nga mga klase sa bangko, kaning mga digital banks nga dako po gisaad nga mga porsyento sa interest sa ilahang mga i-deposit. Unsa may kuan ni sir kani ato ang advantage kung dinhita atong pilion ning MP2 sa PAG-IBIG asay kung itandi ning atong mga digital banks karon nga dako po saad nga mga interest?
Well, that's a come-on program. In order for them to convince depositors, they have to offer bigger interest rates. But the other side of investment, we have also to know the security or the type of investment that we are investing into. Because PAG-IBIG Fund has been tested already for 44 years. And then our dividends is constantly growing, although there are years that it will go down a little bit, but it is very much stable. And then the institution is also very much stable. In fact, it is guaranteed 100% safety by the national government. So there is no danger that you would lose your money with PAG-IBIG. All your money, even if you become an inactive member, it still continue to grow. Even you are no longer contributing, for as long as you have already contributed in the past with PAG-IBIG, it will still continue to grow even if you are no longer active in the payment of the contribution.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, our next question will come from Sir Dudes Marzon of Pagadian News Channel.
Okay, good morning sir. Akong pangutana ba kaning kung trabahante ka sa gobyerno dayon mo hawa ka unya wala to sila ga-apply og loan kay ang uban manggod mag-loan nya. Ang uban dili lang sila mag-loan. Kay naghawa nila. Magkuha ba to nila sir ilang contribution?
Yes. And I think Mama Tel is very much happy to answer that question.
Hi sir, good morning. So, for the contributions of our members na naging inactive na, for as long as hindi pa siya umabot ng retirement age, which is 60, pataas, dapat ipadayon sa nato. No? So, sayang naman yung opportunity na pag-earn siya o dividends. Although sabihin natin, maliit lang yung contributions niya, but still, sabi ka ni Sir, kahit inactive na si member, continuously nag-grow every year yung contributions niya is because hawag-hawag namin yung pondo ni member. Now, pwede lang niya i-withdraw ang savings niya kung aabot na siya sa retirement age or maturity, or these are some grounds of in withdrawing our contributions. Kung natanggal ba si member sa company due to health, pwede niya i-withdraw yung savings niya. Na migrate ba si member sa ibang country permanently, pwede siya maging reason to withdraw. Pero hindi naman po anytime lang kukunin ni member. We have to meet the grounds on how to withdraw the savings of the fund. Na siya specific reason.
Okay, kung wala siya kaabot sa retirement age, ma'am, then mahawa siya, pwede na niya makuha.
We usually advise them to continue their savings at minimal amount under the voluntary membership. So, ipadayon lang nato. At times man po, dili man po regularly na makabayad si member, okay lang naman sa amin. Kung let's say, ngayon may income si member, sunod nakastop siya, hindi naman mandatory, basta voluntary membership.
Okay. So, regarding aning scholarship, ma'am, paano sa pag-avail sa mga estudyante niini nga wala man sila kanang membership sa kaning PAG-IBIG o dayon follow-up question, na ba identified nga school diri nga nag-avail aning saan siya 12 discount or 10% discount, mga mention din sa inyong page sa PAG-IBIG diri sa Zamboanga del Sur?
Are you referring to Loyalty Card Plus, sir?
Yes, ma'am, mga discount.
Discount card?
Tuition fee, all levels, courses, programs.
Okay.
Educational assistance.
Okay, the health and education loan program.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, nire-refer natin yan sa mga members. So, kung si member nakataon na hospital or kailangan niya magbayad ng tuition sa mga ng anak niya, provided na ay partner si PAG-IBIG within the area, pwede natin idaan through the Health and Education Loan Program. So this is a new program ni PAG-IBIG aside from the multipurpose loan, calamity loan. So nag-o-offer din kami ng help. So assistance para makatabang po. We can also help the member to pay the hospital bills and also the tuition of their students. Okay? So, mayroon din, sir, yung sinatawag natin, the Loyalty Card Plus, the card holder. Kung membro tayo sa PAG-IBIG and we have that card, pwede po maka-avail si member ng certain discount. So, young as we are, hindi na kailangan maging senior citizen for you to avail of a certain discount. For as long as you are an active member of the fund, at the same time, you have the Loyalty Card Plus, just present the card to our partners, firm and mga partners natin, business, pwede tayo makaka-avail ng certain discount. Sa education, mayroon tayo yung sa STI, I believe.
STI.
Opo, kung may anak tayo.
Dali, ma'am, sa Pagadian City na?
So far sa Pagadian, mayroon, sa amin dito sa Pagadian sa school, wala pa siya sa private. Pero sa national partner, we have the STI. Okay? Ang mayroon dito sa amin is the ISA Medical Hospital, sir. So if you have that card, for example, si member, ang maka-benefit dyan is a member lang. If you have the Loyalty Card Plus, tapos na hospital, for example, na hospital si member, normally, ang procedure dyan is total hospital bills less PhilHealth, di po ba? Now, if you have the Loyalty Card Plus, you present it to ISA Medical Hospital, automatic po may less 10% pa. So that's just an added benefits if you are an active member of the fund.
Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you. Mora to ma'am, nya kay compulsory man gid pod. Salamat.
Okay. Our next question will come from Miss Margie Alawi of Brigada, Pagadian.
Sir, good morning po. The question po is from our live audience sa Brigada Pagadian. And may nagtatanong po kasi, how do we know our pag-ibig savings? May link or apps po ba na madali lang naming ma-access or matingnan kung ano ang status ng contribution namin?
Okay, thank you very much. I think Sir RG is happy to answer that question.
Sige po.
So, thank you for the question, ma'am. Years ago, PAG-IBIG Fund has implemented the virtual Pag-IBIG. So, this online platform enables our members, existing members, to avail the services of PAG-IBIG Fund. So, these services includes such as viewing records, if they have their saving records to PAG-IBIG, so they can view their savings, how much is their current dividend earnings, and then if they have loan records to PAG-IBIG Fund, they can also view their loan records, such as their multi-purpose loan. They can see their monthly amortization, their outstanding balance of their loan balances, housing loan and multi-purpose loan, and also for the calamity loan. So the members can view or can access these services of PAG-IBIG Fund through our virtual Pag-IBIG. So our virtual Pag-IBIG can be accessed through our website. So www or www.pagibigfund.gov.ph. So under such website, so they can access our virtual Pag-IBIG na platform. They can register. So they will register their Pag-IBIG Fund number, Pag-IBIG MID number, and include their personal information in registering this virtual Pag-IBIG. So after the successful registration, so they can instantly view or access their records to Pag-IBIG Fund online. Also, we have our virtual Pag-IBIG app. So aside from our website, as I've said earlier, we also have our virtual Pag-IBIG app or application downloadable through Google Play Store or Apple App Store. So virtual app, same also with the website. In this app, they should register their Pag-IBIG Fund membership. So in registering, the same application or same procedure, after registering, they can instantly view their records through our virtual Pag-IBIG app.
So thank you so much po. May last na tanong pa po. What happened if Pag-IBIG member dies? Makukuha pa ba niya yung benefits niya sa Pag-IBIG? Tapos paano po?
So, the death of the member is one of the grounds that his or her beneficiaries can claim his total accumulated savings with the fund. So, his or her beneficiaries can claim the total accumulated savings. So this total accumulated savings is composed of his or her principal savings amount, and also, in addition to that, the total earned dividends throughout the entire savings of Pag-IBIG Fund. So this total amount will be 100% claimed by his or her beneficiaries, and if the member dies as an active member of the fund, prior to his death, he is an active member of the fund. Aside from the total accumulated savings that his or her beneficiaries can get, they can claim also an additional death aid benefit in addition to the total accumulated savings with the fund.
So thank you so much po.
Yes po.
Okay, for our next question will come from Mr. Manny Maulana of InfoLink DXID FM.
Yes, good morning. Salam. Sir, matanong lang po dahil ang ganda po Pag-IBIG, dapat minamahal natin yung mga member natin. So, meaning to, ang tanong ko lang, papalop ko doon sa unang nagtanong regarding po sa membership, especially yung the employee and the employer. Mayroon ba kayong possible na pwedeng gawin into pag yung binayad ng mga employer into employee na parang may confirmation na sila ay binabayaran at ma-monitor kaagad para at least hindi kayo magkakaproblema. Dahil pag mayroon yung system ng ganyan, siyempre si PAG-IBIG lalago ang kanilang kita, di ba?
Okay po. And we would like to thank for that type of question. So as mentioned by Sir RG earlier, years ago, PAG-IBIG Fund has developed the virtual PAG-IBIG or the PAG-IBIG app, wherein if the individual member will register in this app or cellphone app, anytime, anywhere, they could be able to verify their records by just simply logging in to the virtual PAG-IBIG and then view their members' records. So, that's one. So, practically, on the part of the member, you can monitor anytime, anywhere, your PAG-IBIG membership contributions. On the part of PAG-IBIG, there is also a designated department who is in charge of monitoring the remittance of their establishments. And every now and then, they are sending notices should their establishments fail to remit on time. So in terms of assurance, on the part of the member, they could be able to track the records. And on the part of the PAG-IBIG, there is also a designated department to track the records of their respective establishment. If we would imagine, if this can be perfectly done, then we could assure that all of us are active PAG-IBIG members. But you know, there will always problem that people may encounter every now and then. And there are also problems that we cannot monitor every now and then. That is why we are soliciting or asking the cooperation of all the stakeholders, because as I've mentioned earlier, we are only stewards of the PAG-IBIG, and we want the cooperation of everybody in order to make the program of PAG-IBIG Fund successful. Thank you.
Hopefully, sir, ma-actionan kagad yan para at least wala nang awayan between the employer and the employee.
Yes po. That is why we would like to thank for that type of question so that the business sector would be able to hear and realize that no less than our media people, no less than the individual member are asking the cooperation of their respective establishments to honor their commitment in registering and remitting the monthly contributions of the PAG-IBIG member. So thank you very much for that question.
Okay. Follow-up din, natanong din to. Regarding po sa mga inactive, if ever na hindi na po nabayaran yung membership nila, pwede ba sila mag-active into sa membership?
Okay. Talking of the inactive member, so because we are talking of PAG-IBIG, just imagine, if your PAG-IBIG is inactive, if your lab is inactive, then you are not motivated every now and then. So, if you would like to be motivated every now and then, you make your PAG-IBIG or your feelings towards PAG-IBIG active all the time. So if you are inactive, we encourage you to reactivate your membership. We do not collect anymore the past years or months that you failed to remit the corresponding contribution. What we only require is that you remit the present month contribution and onwards. And it's okay with PAG-IBIG. We could be able to reactivate your records with us. For as low as 200 or 400 pesos, depending on the income of the member, you could be able to activate your membership with PAG-IBIG, and then you will be issued the PAG-IBIG Loyalty Card Plus, by wherein your name, your PAG-IBIG membership ID, as well as your picture will be indicated in that PAG-IBIG Loyalty Card Plus. So we are offering that to all our members. Just visit our office, and then we would, there is a designated area there by which your picture will be captured. Unlike any other card being issued in PAG-IBIG, it can be issued instantly. After you have been taking your personal picture, right away the card will be issued immediately. In a local dialect, it is term, after you smile, you get your card. And you pay 125 pesos for the price of the Loyalty Card Plus.
Okay, sir. Nabanggit nyo kanina regarding po sa condominium, mga pabahay, especially on the kawit. Ang PAG-IBIG ba, dahil kayo din ang nagbigay ng financing on that matter, sir, ang PAG-IBIG ba, nagkakaroon ba ng mga evaluation regarding po sa kino-construct? Dahil mayroon po kasing isang Kagitingan Heights dito sa Pagadian during the time of former Vice President De Castro, na project nyo under sa siyaman yun sa PAG-IBIG. Kahit susuntukin mo yung bahay, nasisira dahil sa ano, yung substandard, more on substandard pa.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for that question, because it will help erase the negative thoughts of our listeners and viewers. It is not true, practically. PAG-IBIG has always been evaluating the technical documents of a subdivision project. Even the profile of their officials have been also evaluated. Like in the case of a particular project in Dipolog City, many people are complaining that the construction materials and the type of construction that has been undertaken is substandard. Now, when we inspected the subdivision, and then when there was a homeowner renovating his house, he found out that the concrete wall or the concrete partition is very much strong, and they could hardly broke the concrete partitions of their house. That means to say that what has been circulating around, that the construction materials and the type of construction that has been made in a particular subdivision handled by PAG-IBIG is substandard, it is not true practically. What have been experienced by other beneficiaries, maybe the programs that have been undertaken by the other shelter agencies. But we have to clarify also, there are programs by which it allows indigenous materials as part of the construction. But in PAG-IBIG, we require the type of construction that will pass the insurance coverage or the fire insurance coverage class 2A. That is the standard, meaning all the flooring, walls, and columns are concrete. And then we utilize also steel casement on the windows. And then the floor is being tiles also. And then in and out of the building are also painted. So that is the requirement of PAG-IBIG. So practically, it is equality type of house that we are producing under the PAG-IBIG program. Maybe in some other agencies, because they do not require insurance coverage, and then there are also type of construction that will allow indigenous materials. So maybe those type of houses can be considered or interpreted as substandard. But practically, it is not substandard. It is the type of project that allows the type of materials to be used in that type of project. Because there are also special projects intended for example, the rebel returnees, for example, the special project for the informal settler families living in the riverbanks, shorelines, and those affected by the government projects. There are type of buildings dedicated for them. So we cannot compare a particular project to the other project in terms of quality of the houses being constructed, because it would depend on the type of project being undertaken.
Okay, sir. Nice kayo imo ang explanation. We hope nga unta dili ni may tabo, sir, no? Especially on the condominium, if ever kay based sa inyong explanation, kung masunog, doon naman yun ay insurance nga mabayran or else mamatay ang tag-iya, automatic totally impasse jud siya. So atong paningwaon, sir, paningkamutan, atong yang punta nga dili to may tabo, if just in case nga dunay mga may tabo nga especially on the condominium nga mahagba kay may lang sa papel standard pero ini-construct substandard, appeal pa ba na sa insurance if ever?
Well, we have to consider that before a house or a condominium issued a certificate of completion or certificate of occupancy, there are warranties being guaranteed by the contractors and developers. For the engineers and the contractors, 15 years is the guarantee for the stability and integrity of the building that they have constructed. If it will collapse, then their license will be in danger also. So they are also protecting their profession. And then, in terms of compliance of the National Building Code, there is also an office of the local government unit here in Pagadian, the City Engineer's Office. They are also monitoring the compliance in the National Building Code of the Philippines for the construction of such house or such condominium. That is why I cannot imagine. In fact, in the Philippines, the residential buildings that have been constructed in the Philippines has been considered worldwide as strong and in compliant to the international standards. Even in the US, they have big building there nga almost to incline more than 2 feet in New York and even in Britain. But in the Philippines, we do not hear many issues involving the questionable integrity and quality of the construction of houses and building. It's only that we allow local or indigenous materials for a certain type of projects to be implemented. And then people are comparing or using that as benchmark in interpreting the type of units or buildings that we are constructing. It's only that it has been allowed for special purposes that the local and indigenous materials have been used. There are even bamboos constructed as building approved by the Land Bank of the Philippines, wherein you can apply for a loan up to 150,000 using the bamboo as the construction materials. In PAG-IBIG, it is not allowed, but in Land Bank, because that is a special project for them, it is allowed. And many people might think that it is substandard. No, it's not substandard. It's only that it is being allowed for a special purpose.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Balikan ko lang to remind us, sir, yung mga employee, sir, doon sa employee. Hopefully, doon sa binanggit mo na apps para at least yung binayaran nila, may confirmation po silang matanggap within, hindi po less in 1 month, at least makapollow up sila. Hopefully, sir, madali po yung action nyo regarding that matter. Dahil sa pagmamahal nila sa inyo, dahil sa pag-ibig nyo. Salamat. Sukran.
Thank you very much also, sir. And I think you would develop that kind of advocacy na kailangan active ang ating pag-ibig at saka ang ating contribution sa Pag-IBIG Fund. If that will be your advocacy, then we are in full force to support your advocacy because that is a very noble advocacy maintaining the active Pag-IBIG membership with Pag-IBIG Fund.
Okay. Last question from one of our audience here at the venue will come from Sir Roji Munera of Wonder Radio Pagadian.
Yes sir, good morning. Dire lang kumutat sir sa kaning calamity kay ingon maka ring og fire ang Philippines, sunod-sunod ang mga kalamidad ang moigo. Ibawaan na to nga usa ka lugar maigo mag calamity is maka-avail ang atong mga membro. Maka-avail ba sila ni sir ang calamity loan if doon na pa sila existing loan diha sa Pag-IBIG sir?
I think si Sir RG is very much happy to answer that question, but as a matter of introduction, I would like to mention a little as far as calamity is concerned. So this is my advice. If you have an existing multi-purpose loan with Pag-IBIG, that is a separate and distinct type of loan. You fully pay that loan and then avail of a calamity loan because all your payments in the multi-purpose loan will be included in the release of your calamity loan. The interest rate of the multi-purpose loan is 10.5% per annum. The interest rate of the calamity loan of Pag-IBIG is 5.95% per annum. The lowest of all the types of loan in the country today, 5.95%. You just imagine, we charge 5.95%, and yet we distributed dividends for Pag-IBIG 1, 6.55%, and then for Pag-IBIG 2, 7.05% per annum. In short, we are losing in the calamity loan, but that is a missionary program of PAG-IBIG in order to help our members recover after the effects of the calamity. And I think Sir RG would like to add more on the calamity loan because he is an expert on the calamity loan program.
Thank you, Sergeant. So in addition to the calamity loan program of PAG-IBIG Fund, so the guidelines of PAG-IBIG Fund basically is that the property or the area of residency of the member should be declared by the local government unit as declared under state of calamity. So that is our basic requirement for our members to avail for the calamity loan program of PAG-IBIG Fund. And then the others, minimal requirements is that only the member has an active contribution of PAG-IBIG Fund. So going back, I would like to state only that the basic requirement of calamity loan is that the area of residency of the member should be declared by the LGU as under the state of calamity for them to avail for a calamity loan program. So definitely the member, to answer the question, the member can definitely avail for the calamity loan, providing the condition that I've stated a while ago.
Follow-up question, sir, about sa kaning sa calamity loan, sir, o in terms of daaba siya maturity nga maka-avail dayon ang membro o kinahanglan pa siya mo tangkod og 36 months o naapa siya pulo lang ka bulan, pwede ba siya maka-avail niini, ana?
So not just the calamity loan program of PAG-IBIG Fund, in fact, all the loan programs of PAG-IBIG Fund, multi-purpose loan, housing loan, and calamity loan, the requirement is that the member should have at least 24 months of contribution to PAG-IBIG Fund. 24 months of contribution or 2 years of contribution to PAG-IBIG in order to avail for the loan programs of PAG-IBIG.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I guess that ends our question and answer portion of our program. Maraming salamat sa ating mga media partners online and those who are here with us at the venue. Now before we let go of our special guest this morning, let us hear first the closing statement from our PAG-IBIG.
Thank you, Sir Iman. Well, as I've mentioned earlier, we in PAG-IBIG, I and my colleagues are very much thankful for this rare opportunity given to us to promote the PAG-IBIG programs and services. In particular, we would like to give thanks to the officers and staff of PIA or Philippine Information Agency headed by Ma'am Noemi Idaga, the regional head PIA 9, and Sir Eman, the acting deputy regional head PIA 9, and the other officers. Also, the media men attending from radio, TV, print, and social media, thank you very much. I hope that you will develop an advocacy among yourselves, especially an advocacy that could help uplift the quality of lives of our members, especially in safeguarding their PAG-IBIG membership contributions by promoting the PAG-IBIG virtual app so that they could be able to view the records every now and then. And to all the listeners and viewers, thank you very much for your time of watching and listening the Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. If you have other questions or concerns, we have developed also the local verification and follow-up hotlines in Pagadian City. If you would like to have an access of these local verification and follow-up hotlines, we would gladly provide you for your further concerns regarding the PAG-IBIG programs and benefits. So again, thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for our very kind and considerate host, Sir Iman, for giving us the ample time to know the mechanics of the Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Thank you very much, and again, good morning.
Maraming salamat din sa inyo, Sir Gregorio M. Luba, Branch Head at sa buong PAG-IBIG Pagadian Branch. Sa ngalan po ng PCO Secretary Cesar Chavez, PIA Director General Catherine Chloe De Castro, Regional Head Noemi Edaga at sa buong puwersa ng Philippine Information Agency Region 9 at ang ating guest mula sa PAG-IBIG Fund, ito po si Emmanuel Ditaghoy. Hanggang sa susunod po ng mga episodes ng Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas, daghang salamat.